Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well. Okay, today we're going to continue with what we're going to do here, and we're going to also add another layer of resin because this one is not high enough. I might have to do 2 layers, so I'm not sure. I think putting this fish up here was probably a mistake. See where I am. I want to be able to see myself so that I can answer any questions. And I'm in the wrong place. Sorry, 1 second. I hope you're all doing well. I always try to come on a minute earlier just so that I can set myself up. No. And let's see. View channel. Okay. All right. I hope everyone is a bit warmer. All right. I hope everyone is a bit warmer. Okay, I'm trying to shut this off. All right. I hope everyone is a bit warmer. Okay, that's better. So this was the result yesterday after I did a pour. And I can't see the diamond dust at all, which is a bit disappointing. So now I know not to use the glass bead gel. I'm going to pour another layer of resin, but I'm going to show you first. I was going to add another turtle on the second layer and also this glass, but I think it might be a bit too deep. I don't want to put it here, so I'm not going to use that. But I would like to add maybe some broken shells, and if I have to do a third coat, I'll have to film that and add it on. Good morning, Elizabeth. Oh, you're so amazing. You're so nice. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put this. Do I have enough fishies for you, Elizabeth? You need to let me know because I tried finding out yesterday from you and I didn't get very far. And I was looking to see where my color went that I used yesterday, because I've also decided on another thing, and that I'm going to use Would You Bend right over here. And I'll tell you all about it later. First, I was going to do it around the rim, exactly around the rim, but it would leave some areas showing up like this, and I didn't like that. So instead, I'm going to put it around here, but I need to paint some of this so it doesn't show up. And that can be done after we do our second and third layer, because I don't think they'll go that high. So I'm going to mix my resin, and I'm going to do 3 ounces of each. And again, I'm using the fast cure resin. Within an hour and a half, this resin was really dry, but that was a very, very thin layer. Actually, I'm going to do 2.5. Can you see? what I'm doing. Let me move this out of the way. And yesterday, actually, let me do 3, just in case. Yesterday, we didn't go through the safety issues with resin, so we will today. So make sure, first of all, that when you're using the resin and when you're mixing, when you're getting ready to use the resin, that you have gloves on. I don't right now, but I will in a second. And you put part A and part B. Part B is the hardener. And I think we have enough. I'll put my gloves on and mix it. And what I tend to do is I don't put both of these bottles on the table at the same time, mainly because if your memory is, and I wouldn't advise you to do the same, because if your memory is anything like mine, then you end up with a problem. Now, some people need to use, hi Betty, how are you? I hope you're well. Hi Letitia, how are you? Thank you for joining. So, right now I've got my resin poured. I need to mix it. But let's talk about the safety. Gloves first. If you need a respirator, I don't with this particular resin. It does not smell bad at all. So let me just put these weird gloves that I have. And we need to first put gloves. Second, as I said, a respirator. And I set glasses or some sort of eye protection. Just in case things happen. And I think that, hi Lynn, how are you? It is horrible outside. Hi Hazel, how are you? Yes, it is a nice trim for the Would You Bend. I went through quite a few yesterday before I decided that this one was going to be the best one. And it's trim 713, TR 713. It comes in a coil like this. And you need a heat gun or a heat tool to actually unbend it. Otherwise, if you try and bend it a whole, it will break. My mouth is speaking faster than my brains, or my brains are saying the words wrong. So the other thing you need to do, scrape the edges in order to mix well, and stir the bottom. And stir slowly so that when you finish with this, you'll end up with as few bubbles as possible. And I really like this resin. I have nothing to do with the resin company. I don't own any shares. I'm not an affiliate with the Promise. I am with Let's Resin, but I prefer the one that I've been using. It just does not take forever. So you need to read your manufacturer's directions as far as how long to stir for, and what quantities. Some resins are 1-to-1, some are 1-to-half, and I even saw one yesterday advertised for 2-to-1. This one is 1-to-1, and that's what I'm using. And I have 1 more minute to go. Yeah, you're just a little unwell, that's true. Thank you, Lynn, for sprinkling, and thank you, Betty, for sprinkling. It is freezing. It's supposed to get up to 40, but quite frankly, I find that hard to believe. I spent my morning dealing with insurance because somebody hit my side door mirror, my passenger side mirror, and I thought it would be an easy fix. I went to the mechanic, not the body shop first, thinking that it was going to be an easy fix, and they told me, no, it's a $2,000 job. We need to replace everything. So that's how I spent my morning talking to the insurance. Okay, and I think that should do it. Now, do you think I should add some broken shells, some full shells? What do you think? I'm going to leave this to thicken up a little bit, and so I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to use some tacky glue today instead of the regular glue. I mean the UV resin that I used yesterday. That way you can see how to do both. I'm going to put in some more glass. And this is a different glass. I'm just going to put my little turtle in there. And I also got some this is too big, and this one's too big. I got some, I found I had these white glass, and these are, you see them at night, they glow. So I'm just going to put a couple. Let's put some small ones actually. And pick the smallest ones just to see if it works under resin. If they work, that's great. If they don't, well, we'll know not to use them under resin. How does this look? Yeah, I think so too. I did want to put a light, but I'm not putting too many of these on, am I? Now let's just put one other one, one small one. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rima Bechara, and I'm doing lives 3 times a week on Facebook, and I sometimes, should I glue these down? Yeah, I will. It'll look nice, I think, just to have a few more shells. I'm gluing these shells down only because I don't want them floating. Oh, and I found another. And I think the glass will not, I'm using the Promise Lin, hold on. The Promise Epoxy. It's the 1 hour epoxy. It's a fast cure resin. It is crystal clear and it cures, it's easy to use and it's got the maximum UV resistance. So let me just add some shells here. I'm not going to add too much, just a few. And if they float to the top, well, that's the way it is. Now, if I pour the resin right now, I'm going to have a small problem, and that I won't be able to paint around here. Maybe we should add a few pearls. And those might float though. Oh well, if they do, they do. There's not much I can do. And no, I'm not going to put any seashells unless I put something like this. No, I'm not adding seashells. Okay, so I should have kept out my what's it called? My paints from yesterday, and I thought I had, but apparently I did not. So let's just paint a quick coat of this on here, and that's not going to work. No, this one is a pearl color, and it will not work because I'll use the sky blue. But I really wanted to use that darker one I used yesterday. And I think it was called navy something. So I'm just going to go around here. I hope you can see. Yeah, this is much better. And I want to mix in some of this. Yeah, this one is great, Lynn. I like it too. I don't change resin too often unless I find something that's really amazing. And I just want to cover the edges so that when we apply the wood you bend, it won't look weird. And for the back, I've decided I'm more than likely going to just put a sealer on. And this does not all have to be the same color either. I should have painted it all the same color yesterday, but I wasn't sure what I was going to put in. I had another idea of using these beads, not beads, rhinestones. But changed my mind. And I haven't quite decided what color I'm doing the would you bend either. Any suggestions? Any ideas? I should concentrate on the edges closest to the C. And as soon as this dries, I'm going to use some alcohol to just clean it up. And as I said, I am going to do a third coat of resin, but I don't want to do it all at once. And in that coat, I'm going to do some waves. And if I have to do it on video, I will, so that we don't keep doing the same. Valentine will be over by next Tuesday. So I'm not really being very precise with colors. I'm just putting them wherever I think they need. Oh, why isn't this coming down? Is my finger not working either? I guess not. Want to make sure these edges are covered. I don't want to have to repaint. There. I think that will work like this. And if the edges aren't 100%, that's okay. The would you bend will cover them. So any ideas? Oh, you can't see the heart. I'm sorry. No, it's not. You're right. So let me just wipe this away and I'll put the heart back on. Let me just clean. I don't want the bottom of my Valentine heart to be too. Can you see better now, Hazel? I just want to go over and see if there's anywhere that. Well, I think it's fine. So any ideas on the heart? You're not seeing me horizontal, Betty? Oh, shoot. I must have forgotten to switch it off. To switch it on. Okay. It's getting warm. So I'm just going to start pouring this. I was going to do the would you bend, but I'm not so sure now because this is really getting warm. My pearls aren't floating. I'm surprised. I want to make sure all my glass is covered. And if I have any seaweed sticking out, I'll just have to trim it. And I may have made too much. And I personally do not like putting on my resin to have it float, to have it, trying to separate that from that, to just pour on. I prefer doing it this way. And I just need to make sure that this is dry so that I can apply some of the resin here as well. Trying to get, now if this little fishy stands out, then that's fine, but I don't want any of the glass or shells or anything to stick out. So you can see it's thickened up quite a bit. And I will use my finger to paint it on the edges that I just applied the new paint on. But I want the same kind of finish everywhere. So let me just start. I'm going to put it all over, not just in one area. Just doing this. And I've got enough here. And sadly, my stones have disappeared. My glass stones. Maybe I should put another color. So you're working on any projects? Let me see if I can get another color stone. What color should I get? My actual pearls are actually floating. They are floating. Seven ounces was way too much. I might put some glitter actually. After it's hardening up, you can see it. Now I'm not going to add any more stone because I think there's enough interest in, well, glass, I should say, not stone. Hi, Mickey. How are you? Thank you for joining. And you want to use up your resin as best as you can. And then we will torch it, or attempt to torch it. But as I said yesterday, if there are bubbles, it's okay. Okay, let me put this away, get my gloves off. I am vertical. Oh, shoot. That was not how I planned it. Ouch. Let me just first see if this, I ordered a new one. But I can still see bubbles. See what it does? It comes and goes willy-nilly. You know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to spray some alcohol. This should help with the bubbles, but if there are any, it won't matter because, well, we're under the sea, aren't we? Now I see something here. I don't like. I want to push it down. Yeah, my pearls are sticking out. Let me just get my heat gun and see. Yeah, I think it's not safe. That's safe to say. I am tempted to put a fish or two. Where are my fishes? Maybe 2 fishies. But they might... I was thinking of here. I want it to sink down. And I think I'm going to add another one here. A small one. Or maybe a big one. Going this way. And that's why when we put our next layer, which will just be a top coat layer, it'll be nice to see a multi-dimensional push that down in a minute. And I am going to add a sprinkle of no, I ordered another one yesterday, Betty. When I push them down, I'm going to have to reheat the area because the resin is thickening. I'm just going to go over it one more time. Hopefully by tomorrow, my new heat gun will be here. And when this is dry, what I'll do, when this is set up, I will more than likely use the camera and just film the last part. And I want to do some waves around here. Just a few waves, not too many. I haven't done that in such a long time that it's going to be quite a challenge. So, this was a short, quick tutorial for for telling you what my next plan is. And I'll either videotape or come live on Tuesday. And do the last part with the wood you bend, because right now I need all of this to set up. Or I might not even add a wood you bend, because right now it looks fine to me. I might just do the waves. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all next Tuesday. No, that's why they're going to be on top. I'll do the waves on top. That's why I'm leaving it for my last layer. So have a great weekend, and I'm going to babysit this, and hopefully it will dry as it should. I want to move some of the resin down, and oh no, that's not looking good. It's beginning to set up and I moved it. And I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing here. So I might have to sand it down a little bit. Have a great weekend, and I will see you Tuesday. Take care, everyone. If I get the chance to come on tomorrow or Monday, I will. Have a great weekend. I will see you then. Bye.